All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another trade recap. Today's Tuesday. We do have FOMC tomorrow, so I'm not sure what exactly I'm expecting today, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually trade tomorrow either. So yeah, man, we're gonna hop on the charts in a second. I've already got my levels marked out. So far, we've had a pretty decent sell-off, to be honest. At the open, if we go ahead and pull up SPY. See, at first we try to push up and then we start moving back down. So yeah, we're gonna see on the charts where exactly we're gonna be in, what areas we're gonna be interested in, and yeah, man, like I said, man, tomorrow's FOMC. So today, honestly, might be a bit slow, might be a bit choppy. Not sure exactly if I'm expecting the cleanest PA today. So we're gonna be, again, man, we're just gonna focus on sticking to our rules. Focus on being super patient, waiting for setups to form, not chasing price. That's gonna be a huge one today, since I know that some of the levels that I have marked out today right now are basically just kind of sitting in between, in the middle of a range. So I'm gonna have to be extra patient and wait to see price come into my levels before I even think about taking a trade. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys at the desk, and we'll kind of go over the pre-market game plan. But that's some pretty solid stuff to keep in mind today. Yeah, man. All that being said, though, I will catch you guys on the screen and or on the desk at the desk, and we'll go over the pre-market game plan. So yeah, let's get it. All right, so you guys can see here, I got it marked out. I got some lines marked out on what's it called? Oh, what the fuck is this one? Not trading, it's just Tradevate. I always mix them up. But you can see I've got this level here, which we failed to tap into this line area, and then way down here we've got this next area of demand that we're gonna see if we have a bounce or break off of that. You can see on trading view, those are the same levels. Just looking, this is gonna be kind of the range that we're looking for today. Based off the open, man, we've had a pretty big sell-off so far, but we're gonna see how we react once we tap into the area of demand, whether we actually hold or whether we break. So that's gonna be something that's gonna be important, is to really focus on gaining enough confirmation, to actually take the trade. It's particularly because, like I said, man, FOMC tomorrow. Monday was a bit slow. Yeah, that's all I really got, man. We're gonna wait, see how price reacts if/once. I'm assuming we are gonna tap into this demand pretty soon, just based on how rapidly we're selling off. But if we never tap into it, man, then we just can't take a trade, man. We can't be trying to trade the middle of the range. Here's the 1 hour demand zone that I actually missed. It happened during during after hours or pre-market, but you can see we had to move down, a bit of a consolidation on the 1 hour accumulation before a huge move to the upside. So I went ahead and marked that out, and we can see we're actually trading into this zone right now. So we've got this demand here and this demand here. So this whole area, I'm going to be expecting potentially to see buyers stepping in around this sort of area here. But if we end up breaking through this very last demand zone, then we should be safe for sells. So right now we're having a pretty solid reaction off of this demand, but like I said, man, we're gonna have to be extra patient, because we can have like a small reaction off demand, but if we're gonna move down, we're gonna move down. This reaction is not gonna carry through. So we're gonna have to be, like I said, extra patient. If this first demand zone does end up holding, though, I will be okay with taking trades off of it. Even though it did happen, or maybe this might not even be after hours, or, well, yeah, it is after hours or pre-market, but it still created a big move to the upside. So I'm happy. If we get some solid reactions off this demand, then I will be happy with taking a trade off it. So that's all I have to say, man. We're gonna watch and see how price kind of plays out off this area. So yeah, so far I really like this reaction off this demand zone. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for the candle to close, though. Hopefully we close somewhere up here, just because that will kind of take out this first candle. But we've learned, that just like one green candle off the demand zone doesn't mean much. So we're gonna wait for this candle to close. I really want to freaking just hop in, bro. I just want to hop in. Like, okay, see, like, that's such a good reaction, man. I really want to just like hop in, but I'm gonna be extra fucking patient, man. And just let this thing close. Let's just let the candle close. Probably be straight if we hopped in here, but let's just let the candle close, just to make sure, make sure that there's no like last minute sell off that completely changes what I'm thinking. So this candle's only been open for a minute, so yeah, we're gonna wait for this 5 minute close, and then if we Still like if we still like what we see, then we'll start looking for some longs. Clean ass trade, dude. Why is it so hard to see? Let's see. Bro, look, the entry. Bro, everything about this trade was just amazing, bro. From the entry all the way up to the exit. I know it's kind of hard to see, but we'll just go over it just on the screen recording. But damn, bro, we are locked in, dude. I'm telling you, we are super locked in. So yeah, no need for me to trade tomorrow, bro. Let's sit out. Let FOMC do its thing. 1 win yesterday, 1 win today, man. We are straight chilling. Straight up chilling, bro. I'm super locked in. I think this was a great setup, a great trade. Literally identified low of day perfectly. Took an amazing setup. The only thing I did bad was I freaking got out super early, bro. But hey, man, can't be perfect. We'll work on that. We'll work on that, man. All right, you guys. So another day, another dollar, as they say, man. Let's go ahead and hop right into this screen recording and just look at this freaking amazing, perfect setup. Like, this is such a clean setup, man. So basically at the open, man, what we did, moved up, moved down, traded into this area of demand perfectly. 7 a.m. candle opens, starts to push up, targeting, trying to take out this candle high. Unfortunately, we wick back down, so we wait for the next candle, starts to push down, flips. I decided I'm going to wait for this candle to close just to be sure. I get in like 30 seconds before it closes. So yeah, I get a little bit of profit, and then we just ride, bro. I was just really targeting these highs, man. Obviously, I could have targeted this level. I just didn't really know like how today was going to play out. You know, at first I thought today's price action was going to be shitty, you know, like I was saying in the intro. Just because of freaking FOMC tomorrow. Monday was a bit slow. But dude, this shit played out so clean, dude. This shit played out really clean. And I'm glad that I freaking identified that 1 hour demand zone right here, because I would have missed this beautiful trade if I hadn't, bro. So yeah, because remember initially we were targeting this demand here, but I kind of zoomed out. I looked at 1 hour and I said, oh shit, here's a really clean demand zone that we can look at. You know, price is already at this demand zone. We've already got a bit of a reaction, so let's see if we not the 1 minute, see if we can carry through on that. And we did. So I mean, just a solid setup. Stop loss right at the low of this level. Man, I just wish I had held, bro. But that's something we gotta work on, man. That's definitely something we gotta work on, is holding our trades. I used to be so good at holding my trades, but I feel like I've just kind of gotten scared, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like just trying to get out of this drawdown of the freaking account balance, which right now the balance is at 49,414 and 49 cents. But just trying to get out of this freaking, what's it called, drawdown, has kind of like made me just want to take profit, like, you know, early, you know, just lock in as much profit as I can. It's like I'd rather take a winning day than like a small winning day than like a break-even day where I hold for a full TP. But most of the time I would hit, you know. So like today we would have hit. So yeah, but you can see here the execution 210, not too much, you know, per account. 420 on the day, or let's see, -4, so like 416 combined across each account. 206 after fees, got 100% win rate, and we were only in this trade for 12 minutes. That's a really solid time to be in a trade. Yeah, dude, I think this trade was just beautiful. It was clean. I mean, we got the reaction we were expecting off this demand. Came down, flipped, waited for its candle to close. I did get in 30 minutes before the candle closed, so obviously I didn't wait completely, but you know, it was just a very solid trade. You know, we waited at least until we took out this wick, took out this candle high, and then from there, bro, we just rode the freaking longs, bro. I was already, honestly, you know, at the open, man, I was kind of like, okay, we might be a little bearish, but, you know, we are overall bullish. I think we kind of agree on that. We are starting this recovery, man. Like, look at the fucking daily time frame. I mean, this is just, wow. Look at this bullish. I guess we had a pretty big move to the downside, but during what's it called, pre-market, so I guess that's why this candle's super red right now. But I mean, dude, we're recovering. Look how messy the chart looks whenever I'm on the daily time frame. But no, you can see we're clearly recovering. I mean, dude, almost every day, bro. Holy crap. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 green. Oh, we were so close to 10 green days, man. 9 green days in a row, especially this freaking day here, super bullish. Look, we have a bit of retracement of this candle low, but you know, I guess that's another thing, man. We're starting to bounce off this huge candle low, so I think that, yeah, all this shows me that today is probably gonna be a super bullish day. It already is, but yeah, man, a 1.44 to 1. Could have easily caught 2 to 1, potentially a 3 to 1, but I didn't, man. So that's gonna be a big thing that I'm gonna have to work on, man. So, you know, there's not much else to say, man. So just a very clean trade. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this screen recording here. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna catch you on the next clip, man. Like I said, super clean trade, super easy setup to take for me to take. You know, 10 a.m. lows, 10 a.m. lows. That's what we've been what's it called? That's what we've been looking at, man. 10 a.m. has been doing a pretty good job of just creating the low day. So, what's going on with my fucking? Sorry, I'm like distracted. Anyways, man. All that being said, I will catch you guys in the next clip, guys, and see if there's anything else to talk about for today's video. Alright, guys, so I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been super busy, man. We've got school. We've been doing Uber Eats pretty regularly, trying to make that basically like a part-time income. And now I've just started doing music videos for a couple of my friends back in Florida, man. And like, just look at all of these fucking layers, bro, that we've got going on in After Effects, dude. We're about halfway done with this, but probably not even halfway, but like, dog, we got all these layers, bro. I'm so fucking unorganized, dude. Like, literally 66 clips, 66 layers, man. It's just gonna be awesome, though, so make sure you definitely stay tuned for that. But like, yeah, man, bro, we've been busy as fuck, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like the quality of these videos have just been going down a little bit, you know. Sometimes I just won't have time or motivation to just make a thumbnail, you know. Sometimes I won't really feel like editing the videos, you know, like properly, and I'll just throw all the clips together and then call it a day, you know. And yeah, man, sometimes I won't even be able to get these videos out until after market closes, which ideally, you know, I get it out during like AM sesh. But it does make it kind of hard because one of my classes is literally at 10 in the morning. You know, markets over here open at 6:30, so like, you know, it's kind of like trade, shoot the video, shoot the recap, and then just like scramble to kind of edit it. Usually I'm not even done editing it or exporting it by the time that class starts. I've got an hour and a half right now before I have to leave. So yeah, man, you know, super busy. But also, bro, at the same time, man, it's like super locked in, you know. Like, I really want to, what's it called? I want to get back into editing music videos. That's something that's kind of fun for me. I used to do that when I first moved here. I did a lot of, like, music video editing for people back from Florida, which I live in Oregon now, if you didn't know, so I moved. But, you know, we got a bunch of people back in Florida shooting music videos and whatnot. So, you know, send the clips to me, and I edit them, and then, you know, make a little money off that. But yeah, man, trying to get back into that, and then, like I said, Uber Eats, part-time income, won't have to worry about, you know, things like bills, or won't have to worry about bills as much, you know, take some of the stress off trading, all that stuff, you know. So yeah, man, it's been super busy. Also, of course, there's freaking school, which is school, so that shit does take up some time. But yeah, man, we've been super busy, you know, trying to get back locked in. You know what I mean? Trying to start making some progress with like everything. And yeah, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and catch you all in the next clip, guys. I think that we can probably find something else to talk about before I wrap this video up, you know. Alright, guys, I know the freaking lighting is horrible in here, bro. Every time, bro, whenever I try to record in the car, man, during the morning time, bro, after I trade, there's always freaking sun just absolutely blaring through one of my windows. But you know, hey, man, it is what it is. We're just gonna get through it. But yeah, so like I said, man, been super busy, man. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job, actually, of just, like, doing stuff, you know what I mean? Like, kind of, like, locking back in, you know, kind of trying to do all this stuff that can, like, you know, my future self will thank me for, basically. That's the whole idea, you know? And also just doing stuff that's fun, you know? So yeah, man, we've been doing a lot of Uber Eats, you know, making a part-time income off of that, which is pretty solid. Just started, like I said, getting back into editing music videos for people, man. I love doing that. It's fun, and it's a good way to kind of work on my editing skills, you know. And then obviously trading, man. This week, trading has been pretty good for me. Obviously, it's only been 2 days, but like, I feel like yesterday, man, I know a lot of people were like complaining about yesterday, but it's like, you know, if you can kind of recognize that, it's like, yeah, bro, we've got FOMC on Wednesday. We've got freaking 7 a.m. news.
You know what I mean? Of course, price action is going to be a bit wild, you know, a bit choppy. But I think it was pretty clear that we wanted to move up yesterday, and I think that, you know, like we did, we caught a small dub, you know, we tapped into a little 1-2-1, played it safe because, like I said, I figured yesterday that price action was going to be a bit questionable. You know, I thought today price action was going to be a bit questionable, but, yeah, we had this really clean move, and I feel like this show today was just like picture perfect, you know, tap into a demand zone, get a perfect reaction off of it, just straight up, you know, vertical move to the upside, nice little V reversal. I think today was great. Yeah, man, there's not really much else to say about today. You know, obviously we're going to sit out tomorrow, let FOMC play out. Even if price action is just beautiful, probably just going to still sit out and, you know, kind of take a little break, you know, 1 day break. We've made back the loss from last week so far in 2 days, which is nice. Hopefully after FOMC is over, we can have a very clear direction and we can continue to build our way back to that fucking break-even point, man. But one thing that I did want to talk about, man, I've been doing really bad at holding my trades, bro. I really have. I feel like this used to not be a problem for me at all, you know, and I'm not sure what changed, but I feel like for me now, like once the trade just gets into like a little bit of profit, like a little bit over a 1-to-1, you know, I'm just like, bro, I gotta lock this in, you know, I gotta build this account back, you know. I'm just so focused on just really taking profits, you know. Like the idea of like taking a break-even trade, it just kind of scares me. So I'm like always just trying to just lock in profits where I can, you know, just because I feel like I have it in the back of my mind that's like we still have to pull ourselves out of drawdown, you know. Got to get ourselves back over the break-even point. That's not really the best, I guess, mindset to have, you know. Pretty sure almost every time that I get out early, man, trade will just run right after, you know. Like for example, today, man, there was no reason for me to really get out early, you know. We had one small rejection off of like the freaking high of day or whatever, and then price just immediately took it out, and I just went ahead and got out, you know. It's like, dude, we could have easily just held for a full TP, man. Literally, if we just held that candle and let it close, we would have hit full TP, I'm pretty sure. So that's a little bit disappointing, man. That's something that I'm gonna have to work on, you know. Don't be scared of the idea of a break-even trade, you know. Not every trade has to, like, you don't have to like capitalize off every single trade, you know. Like you can, you know, it'll probably be worth it in the long run to let all these trades run out or hold all these trades till you have full TP, and then just move stops to break even after we clear maybe $200 profit. I think that's a pretty solid plan to have, you know. 1-to-1, you know, isn't really for me. Moving stops to break even out of 1-to-1 isn't really ideal for me, you know, because sometimes we'll hit a 1-to-1, come back break even, come back to a little bit of drawdown, and continue to the upside. But I feel like once we reach that $200 profit, which put in perspective, a 1-to-1, we're risking 150 to hit 150. That's a 1-to-1, so that's like $50 extra of profit. Hitting a 2-to-1 would be $300, which is what I try to aim for, but I've been kind of failing at. But yeah, man, hitting a 2-to-1, hitting that $200 profit. Once we get into $200 profit, moving stops to break even. Usually, once we hit $200, if price comes back down to break even, then that is usually going to just turn into a losing trade. So protect your risk. Move stops to break even, and then hold hopefully for a 2-to-1. And then I think that would be a solid plan to really just kind of implement, you know, because I feel like I definitely need to be maximizing my profit on these trades, not to the point where I'm holding for like crazy risk to rewards, but where I'm just holding for like a 2-to-1, you know, because all these trades for the most part are hitting that even after I exit, and there's literally not a lot of like really compelling reasons for me to get out of these trades super early, you know. Mostly just me being fearful, and just probably just like I said, just because my account's in drawdown, I'm just trying to lock in as much profit as I can, you know. So but like at the same time, me trying to lock in as much profit as I can is kind of causing me to like lock in the least amount of profit I can, you know. So that's kind of the dilemma. What's it called? That's kind of the dilemma that I'm in right now. But you know, working hard to get out of that mindset. You know, last week, like I said, we did a very bad job following the rules. This week, obviously, we've had 2 winning days, so following the rules is not a fucking challenge when you're winning. It is a challenge when you're losing. It's so strange, bro, because I used to, like, literally only hold my trades. Like, I would literally hold my trade until we either hit a 2-to-1 or hit stop loss, and, like, there'd be no in between. Unless, like, the market closed and I didn't hit either, you know. But, you know, we kind of put ourselves in some steep drawdown. We really tried our best, you know. Like, we were at that point where trailing drawdown was about to be hit. What did we have to do? You know, we had to start just taking profit where we could. You know, we couldn't really risk, you know, that trailing drawdown, but we started to build ourselves back up. We're getting closer to break even on the account, so now we are what's it called, we're ready to, like, where we can move away from just taking profit where we can and move back to just really trying to maximize our trades. You know, if this trade looks like it's gonna run, let's fucking hold it and try and catch a bigger piece. You know what I mean? But you know, I feel like that's really all I got for this video. You know, another day. Clean day today. You know, not gonna trade tomorrow for the most part. I really don't see. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to trade tomorrow. You know, you never know, man. I might pull some bullshit and just just hop in and be like, yeah, let's trade. But nah, bro. I think that it's okay to sit out on FOMC even if price action is good tomorrow. You know, it's fine to take a little break. You know, let's we just wiped out the loss from last week. Let's kind of take a break. You know, make sure we're not like doing too much, and then come back in Thursday. Hopefully, we'll have a clear direction from FOMC. Yeah, bro, that's all I got for today, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully you guys traded well today. I'll catch y'all next one. Peace out.